Everybody
I agree.
wants gold
It's not an aggressive
like sports. During the race, everybody is
we can kill each other, but afterwards we drink beer.
Yes, exactly. So it's friendly. I think.
No, I agree, but it's aggressive for the position, not for the for everything else. So I agree on that part. It's not hatred towards people,
no.
Especially maybe some Polish old Linkbuyers, but that's old.
That's old. So which other countries do you have experience in?
We did a little bit in Spain.
Okay, so how's Spain?
Spain was, and I haven't been in Spain for 1.5 years seriously, so it was pretty new to us. Or at least the SEO was pretty new over there, and it's huge amounts of traffic over there. So Spain was a good market to start in, but that's what other companies discovered as well. So everybody went to Spain. I think
was that with went to market still, or with the company afterwards?
Yeah. And Italy. Okay. That's one of the companies. It's a big country.
Yes.
Especially for instance, fashion is big over there, so you can do it. It's not too big on internet yet. But it's a developing country of community of internet. If you look at a Dutch or a German or a Scandinavian perspective,
it's true. But if you look at the fashion traffic, you mentioned fashion traffic in Italy, right? Mm-hmm. If I think about, let's say I would have some insights in some fashion topics in Germany, and if I look at that traffic, a high portion of that traffic is very, very relevant regarding transactions. So if I divide traffic, some is maybe more informational, some is more transactional. Mm-hmm. How would you think is the Italian traffic? Do you think
it's not transactional yet? But if you're there right now, you're going to be ahead of everything else. So I think it's a good idea to start at. If you're doing anything, Italy is, I think, one of the developing countries in that.
Okay.
Especially when everything is growing over there, it's improving, it's getting better. Okay. It's not as professional as you see over here. And in general, if I look at German, UK, Dutch companies, yes, they are more advanced at measuring everything. I mean, the analytics are better than what I see from most countries companies in the US, I have to say. Mm-hmm. And I'm also quite surprised.
Do you have insight in the US? I mean, have you been there?
I've saw some stuff in there, and people I work for in the US. It's also smart guys on a marketing level. But they don't care about that. The measuring is not that important for us, and I think
so. They don't like the details so much.
Maybe, I don't know.
Do you think that's what the Germans especially like about SEO?
The Gründlichkeit. Yeah. could be. No, but I do think it's a little bit in. It's not. They don't care as much. They care about the product instead of the money-wise side on it. I think the UK and the Netherlands, and because maybe of our all heritage or maybe the culture kind of thing, we're more on the spot on, and ROI is really important for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I mean, link-based deals from $250 a link, whatever. It doesn't work for me like that. It could be working for somebody, but I don't work like that. I cannot guarantee, because I cannot guarantee. And if I can, I would do it. Yeah. But it
doesn't really sound professional.
Nobody can guarantee. No. So that's fine with me. Okay. You can buy, if you have an own network, you can guarantee. Okay. That's the risk you take for buying into a network. So I agree on that part. I can give you insights in how I work, and that's fine with me, and that works. And I can show you cases that worked. Yeah. So I can do a lot of stuff by that, but
it's a lot about trust, right?
I think SEO is about trust. Okay. I mean, you're so tied to the core of everybody's business. I always draw this map when I talk to customers, and search is a lot of people. You have verticals like bannering, like online advertising, like affiliate marketing and email marketing. They put it at verticals besides each other, and search is actually underneath all of those, because if you do good affiliate marketing, it will affect your search. If you do good TV advertisement, it will affect your search. So search is ambient findability is what the nice word is.
Yes, buzzword bingo.
Yes. Bing, 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 bing. Bullseye for that. Yes. No, but I mean, it works like that. If you need to be you need to be found. Yeah. That's what you want, and it can be on so many levels that you can be found. So it's okay to integrate that in your whole marketing, but it's okay to realize that it's in your core. The same what you talked about, transactional, informational. What kind of content are you producing? Is your website actually transactional, or are you just putting out lots of content for other purposes? It's okay with that, but you have to figure out and think about that.
So, you've listened to some of the presentations that have been here during the day. Did you hear one thing that you probably people seem to be thinking about here a lot, and they don't think about so much in the Netherlands besides the aggressiveness? Are there topics that we seem to care about, and you guys?
Link building is. I mean, link building is always a hot topic in Holland, but it's there's more to be said about links over here than it's in Holland.
How come?
Don't have a right answer for that.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what to think of it.
Okay.
For instance, we don't have link networks, not big link networks like the ones you have in Germany.
So how big? What kind of a link network would you consider big?
I cannot order for links for €1,000 somewhere.
Okay.
I have to go to the specific company which I know that does that for me.
Yes.
But there's no network that says, okay, the TLA-like networks.
Okay. But there's few of those in Germany. There's probably 2. So it's not like there's many.
But it's more. So and if it's 2, there's spin-off.
Yes.
If there's spin-off, there's something to be talking about. You can talk about. So I think in general, there's a bit of a stretch over there, and that part.
Okay. So what do you think? Do you think because the Dutch and UK and German market they're developed more, so they're kind of
measuring more.
They're measuring more. Do you have a feeling that still those are kind of conquering into other markets who are less developed because they think it's more of an opportunity rather than to be like in a very sporty environment as in Germany?
I think.
Do you see that happening, or do you think that the language gap is just too big?
I think the language is definitely a setback for a lot of people because people think it's not a language, it's a culture thing.
Okay.
And I think there's a difference between, you can translate everything, but you don't get the culture then. And the culture is important as well for getting the right e-commerce numbers out of it. I mean, it's nice to rank number 1, but if you sell shit, the number 1 position doesn't help you that much. It does drive you traffic and it will cost you eventually money without getting anything. So you need to understand the culture of the country you're in.
Okay.
Especially when going to, for instance, Saudi Arabia, for instance, it's different.
Yeah.
It's harder to sell,
underwear.
For instance. Yeah, that's one of those things.
Just as an example, I can think of.
It's harder to do that. You cannot advertise that as much. Casual gaming, kissing games is pretty big.
It's big as in they like and look for it, or
casual gaming is kissing games is a pretty big. If you look at girl games is a pretty big niche in casual gaming.
Girls for girls as in kids, or girls as in women.
Girls as in kids. Yeah,
okay.
Not the women.
Why is it
it's pretty big as well, but
why is it a niche?
I don't know. It's just there. The girls like to play this dress up games. Okay. And there's this niche in there. It's called kissing games, and then you need to kiss, and then somebody's gonna watch you and not stop kissing. If you do that in Saudi Arabia, it's not gonna end well for your site. Okay. I can tell. It will get links though, but in general, it's not a good idea. So to do so.
So what? They cannot kick your site out of Google.
Not out of Google, but you just ban it from a proxy of the country. So it doesn't work like that. So it's not the smartest way to go in that case. And then all the press and then the legal stuff you're going to get into. It's no fun. Okay. And nobody wants their hand chopped off. Okay.
So what are you doing these days?
I'm actually a consultant. Okay. Right now, a lot of consultants.
As anyone is. Yeah. Who has read a SEO blog once or twice.
Don't call me a social media guru now.
Yes. I was so close. I thought you were going to say that.
No, fuck that. No. Seriously.
So you're an SEO guru.
Yeah. I do SEO stuff. I consult companies with SEO. I build as well a little bit on develop websites. Okay. Because I want to do the full. I don't want to work for.
Are you like a classical one-man army, as they would say?
Yeah.
Okay.
I partner up with friends like Joost de Valk, Arjan Snates, friends from or one market or just from the Netherlands or whatever country they're based upon. Because I think if you need a specialist for the right tool for the right job, so it's still a one-man shop, but I do grab my network when needed. And what I like to do is, and it's harder to get there because I have a bit of a name in the Netherlands for doing consultancy. So I get consultancy for the bigger companies, and for smaller ones I do the full Monty. Okay. I go just all out and I say, okay, this is your site. I'm not going to write a report for you because the report can write me 16 hours to write it or whatever, and just figure out.
You build it from scratch.
Yeah,
instead.
I'm going to rebuild it for you in 24. It's going to be a little more hours, but you're done afterwards. You don't crap about reading stuff. I'm going to do it for you. And then, then
it does make sense a lot.
Yeah, and I'm going to do a retainer for it or whatever, and I'll start building up.
Especially for small and medium-sized enterprises, it does make a lot of sense.
And there's money to be made on the small business side. I mean, everybody is chasing.
There's a lot of missed opportunities, I think, because it's hard to do. For them, it's hard to buy into SEO because SEO companies, like larger SEO agencies, they seem to target only the big, really well-paying companies. But I think any small and medium-sized companies, I think there's still, even in Germany, there's a gap. What is the right thing for them to do if they can spend €1,000 a month? What's the right thing? It's really hard to answer that.
Yeah, but local search works pretty good.
Yes, absolutely.
Product search, it's amazing. I mean, it's 20% of your traffic easy.
Yes.
And it's selling traffic. I mean, it's transactional, so it's okay. You can start. Well, AdWords is okay, as long as you have the knowledge of what you're doing at once and have the insight that it's still whatever you do, it's a monthly base, so it's never going to be cheaper than it is. It's always going to be at the end. You're going to pay as much as everybody can afford to, especially in a competitive market. So I think AdWords is a great way to start, but you have to build it up and try to get better with organic.
So as a one-man army, how many clients can you deal and satisfy?
It depends on the kinds of things I'm doing.
So it's like
if I do consultancy, it can be a lot because I can answer a phone every day.
Okay.
That's not too hard to do. But if it's just building websites and maintaining, it's not too much. 3, 5,
parallelly
like
all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's not too much.
But it's fine.
It could have been 50. How would you know?
Yeah, it could be. Depends on the project.
Okay.
Some projects are easy to manage a bit more. Some other projects it's undoable.
Are you focused on certain topical areas, or are you broad? Let's say?
I have a lot of experience in travel, and that comes back again and again and again.
Okay, sure. Well, it has always been one of the big topics on the web, right?
Yeah, it's a big one, and I know how it works. I have been doing a lot of stuff in that area as well, and not too fond of it anymore. I have to say, get a little bit bored by it. But they always have the same issues. That's the problem, and it's never going to change because they don't want to change. Yeah. That's the problem. They keep hold of their own business, and it works for them. It's fine. It's pay the bills.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for your time. You've been a great partner to talk to.
Cool.
And let's go have a beer.
Yes.
OM Report and Andre Alpa would like to thank you for your attention. You can get more episodes on www.OMReport.com.